book and ebook online and in bookstores everywhere. Our authors love us. Just look.
Be like these authors and get your book published today.
To get your free writer's guide, call now.
1-800-215-6164.
The Upper Peninsula's new CBS station, WZMQ 19.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Straight ahead on your WZMQ 19 news, Governor Whitmer is traveling along with the Harris Walz campaign to the Midwest, making a stop in East Lansing tonight. Plus, Israeli forces and the White House have confirmed that the leader of Hamas was killed in an operation conducted by the IDF, what that means for the war in the Middle East. And a reminder from the Public Works Department in Escanaba about residents keeping their mailboxes safe from snowplows this season. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
And things look pretty good for today. Actually, pretty good breeze here. Southwest winds are going to keep our temperatures up here in the Marquette area. We should be able to stay above 40 even by daybreak, despite some clear skies here and a good-looking good-looking night here. And you can see temperatures across the board. The winds help keep those temperatures up. While we may get a smattering of 30s, most of you will be in the 40s and lows perhaps near 50 by daybreak along the Lake Superior shores. More later in the show. Kevin?
Tom, thank you. Marquette City Police are reporting a card skimmer found at a local business. They say it was found at a gas station on Wednesday. They want to remind residents of some tips to keep in mind when using card readers. Inspect it and the keypad for signs of tampering. Look for loose parts. Check tape or seals that may have been broken. Compare the reader to others nearby and check if the keypad feels flimsy at all. If you suspect a skimmer, they say notify the business right away so it can be inspected. The Democratic governors of Midwest swing states are on a blue wall bus tour across Michigan. Governor Gretchen Whitmer, Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers, and Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro are traveling around the Midwest to campaign for the Harris Walz ticket. The three-day tour has brought them to Kalamazoo, Flint, Midland, Saginaw, and tonight, East Lansing. The governors are saying a Kamala Harris presidency would lower costs, secure more good-paying local jobs, and protect Michiganders' fundamental rights.
So we are taking this bus all across Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania because together we're going to win this thing.
Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy will be at the stop in East Lansing tonight and will have more for us tonight at 11:10 Central. Yahya Sinwar, the leader of Hamas, has been killed. The Israeli Defense Forces confirmed his death this afternoon. He's been the #1 target for Israel since Hamas launched last year's October 7th attack. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp joins us live from the U.S. Capitol. And Rachel, what does this mean for the war between Israel and Hamas?
Good evening, Kevin. So it's unclear right now how this will impact ceasefire negotiations and releasing of the hostages that are still held in Gaza. But congressional members I spoke with are hopeful that this is the first step in ending the conflict now that Sinwar is out of the picture. Eliminated. Yahya Sinwar. That was the tweet from the Israel Defense Forces Thursday afternoon, announcing Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar has been taken out. The IDF earlier stated during an operation in Gaza, 3 terrorists were eliminated. One of them potentially was Sinwar. The White House says DNA tests confirmed it was him. Sinwar, who was born in a refugee camp and spent years in an Israeli prison, was the leader of the Iran-backed militant group Hamas. Congressional members on both sides of the aisle described Sinwar as evil.
This is a great day for the Israeli people, for the American people, for all freedom-loving people in the world. I mean, this was the criminal mastermind behind the heinous attacks of October 7th. Just horror that the world should never see again. And this man was responsible for it. I hope he rots in hell.
Israeli officials, including Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, has said time after time that their goal was to destroy Hamas completely.
This moment gives us an opportunity to finally end the war in Gaza. And it must end such that Israel is secure, the hostages are released, the suffering in Gaza ends, and the Palestinian people can realize their right to dignity, security, freedom, and self-determination.
Hopefully, with Hamas decapitated, there's not another savage that comes in behind Sinwar, and this can end this period. But it's going to be incumbent on Hamas and the people of Gaza to insist on that, because they have suffered. War is a terrible thing.
And Kevin, right after Sinwar was announced that he was killed by IDF forces, families of the hostages who are still held in Gaza, they released a statement saying in part that they hope that now that he is gone, that they are finally able to release the hostages and bring them back home, some of which, by the way, Kevin, are American citizens. Kevin, back to you.
Rachel, thank you very much. We're still enjoying the fall colors, but it won't be long before snow flies, and Escanaba officials are advising homeowners to be prepared. The Public Works Department is promoting the Shake Your Mailbox initiative, a reminder to check that the nuts and bolts are tightened and that the post is secure. If snow thrown by plow trucks hits a loose mailbox, the force could cause damage or knock it off the post, and Public Works can only replace a mailbox directly damaged by a truck or blade.
If it is because of snow, the city won't replace the mailbox and it's on the residents. That's why we ask residents to take care of your mailbox now, because the last thing that any of us would want would be for residents to have to put a new mailbox up in the frigid temperatures in the wintertime while it's snowing outside.
The U.S. Postal Service also recommends placing mailboxes 6 to 8 inches from the curb, leaving enough space where passing plows. Your first warning weather forecast is coming up after the break. Plus, the Fresh Coast Film Festival begins in Marquette. We're live there to tell you what they have in store. And later in sports, NMU Hockey's head coach speaks on their upcoming game against Anchorage, Alaska. This as he's trying to pick up their first win. We'll be right back.
John's Auto has been voted the #1 dealer to buy pre-owned vehicle for longer than I've been alive. If you're looking for a vehicle, or if you're looking for someone to help with your current car, or if you need to get yours looking like new again, come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
You already know Jen Hill voted with Democrats 99% of the time. But did you know Hill was the deciding vote to raid the teachers' pension fund? Worse, Hill voted to cut school safety and mental health funding 92%. Lansing liberal Jen Hill, putting politics over Peninsula. The better choice?
Carl Bonak. Carl Bonak has a plan to fight inflation, reduce our cost of living, and keep our schools safe and fully funded. Carl Bonak, putting Peninsula over politics.
When I was 5, I began getting sexually abused by my stepfather, and he got me pregnant when I was 12. "64,000 pregnancies from rape have occurred in states with total abortion bans. And Trump did this. Women and girls need to have choices. With Kamala Harris, we do."
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Is your parents' car sounding funny? Do you hear any clunks, rattles, squeaks, or leaks? Tell them to call John's Auto Service Department for fast, friendly, and affordable service. Come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
The Shunk's factory authorized custom order sale. With delivery times getting back to normal, it's a great time to have it your way, get a sale price, and get 12 months to pay. Choose from hundreds of sofas, love seats, chairs, and sectionals. All the latest styles are here. Over 3,000 fabrics and leathers to pick from. Sectionals, 50 different styles to choose from, and hundreds of configurations to fit your room. It's Shunk's factory authorized custom order sale. Shop Shunk Furniture at Marquette today.
Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
We have some real nice looking weather for the Upper Peninsula as we head on into the next several days here. Lots of sunshine in the grand scheme of things. And if you have plans for the weekend, good overall. Maybe a few drops on Saturday. We'll check out Futurecast here in just a moment. But that threat pretty small. Get out and enjoy. Things are looking good even into the beginning of next week. So here is Futurecast, keeping things nice and clear for tonight into tomorrow morning. Hardly a cloud to be seen. And we'll keep, again, good weather for tomorrow. Lots of good sunshine here. Notice, so just off toward the west in Minnesota, some showers are around. and they kind of skirt the western areas from Ironwood, Houghton, Eagle Harbor, perhaps during the morning hours on Saturday. Most of the time, these fronts slide across, but this one's going to stall, I think, to the west. So while we will probably see some showers in the far west, everyone from Marquette to Iron River eastward, I think we'll be in pretty good shape and not expecting much. As you can see, a good wind for tonight, that southwesterly wind, along with some pretty good wind gusts at times, particularly along the northern shores of Lake Superior. And that southerly wind for tomorrow will continue. 10, some gusts to 20 near the lake, with lesser winds, as you see, along the Wisconsin border. But it's a southerly flow. That means the milder temperatures will be coming in. They won't be summer-like, but they will definitely be warmer than what we had over the past several days here. With temperatures tonight, Marquette dropping into the mid-40s here. Even along the Wisconsin border, temperatures should stay at or above the 40-degree mark. Again, maybe a few 30s here and there, with temperatures in mid to upper 40s toward the east, so a cooler 42 expected at Sault Ste. Marie. Into tomorrow, look at this, great looking weather. Doesn't get much better than this for October. We'll end the week on a nice note here with some sunshine. Temperatures well into the mid to upper 60s, and you can see a few spots might even break that 70-degree mark for tomorrow. Looking farther down the road, again, Marquette, clear and breezy, temperatures averaging out in the lower 40s. And the rest of the forecast, again, Friday looking good. Saturday, mostly cloudy, I think, for most of you. Some of those showers may skirt the western fringes of the Upper Peninsula. Still pretty mild in the mid-60s. Sunday looks fantastic with some sunshine. We'll keep the nice weather into the beginning of next week. Cooler hit, though, as you can see, down to the 40s. Maybe some showers for Wednesday, but I think we'll see another rebound again toward the end of next week.
Thank you, Tom. It's that time of year again when the leaves change colors and Marquette's Lower Harbor becomes the cinematic centerpiece for documentary films and the talented filmmakers that bring you the Fresh Coast Film Festival. Fresh Coast is a documentary film festival celebrating the outdoor lifestyle and the spirit of the Great Lakes and Upper Midwest. And joining us live from Matson Lower Harbor Park is John Truitt, who has a preview of this weekend's lineup. Hey, John.
Hey Kevin, we're here at Matson Lower Harbor Park on a beautiful day, and joining me now is the co-founder of the Fresh Coast Film Festival, Bugsy Saylor. Hi Bugsy, how are you?
Hey, doing great. A lot of anticipation, so we're back for 8th year and a lot of work, and happy to have all this energy back in Marquette.
Are there, there's such a wide array of documentary films. They all revolve around a central theme. Can you tell me about that?
Yes, we are a documentary film festival, but we focus on the outdoors, adventure, and conservation. So we have roughly 85 films for this fest. Most of them are shorts. You go to a block and it might have anywhere from 2 to 7 films of anything and everything you can do in the outdoors. We really pride ourselves on bringing as many of those filmmakers to Marquette as possible. Some are first-time filmmakers, and some are long professional filmmakers.
This is your 8th season. Can you tell me the evolution of the festival? It looks, from my eye, it looks like it's grown quite a bit.
Yeah, we've been blessed to have a lot of growth over the last 8 years. The format has generally remained the same, but we have tweaked it, perfected some things. We're still growing and learning, but it's really evolved, and we've had such community support. Some of our sponsors and venues have been with us since year 1, so incredibly grateful to be back at Lower Harbor.
Well, thank you, Bugsy. That'll do it from Matson Lower Harbor Park for the Fresh Coast Film Festival. Tickets are still available. You can go to the Marquette Commons where their box office is located. Back to you, Kevin.
John, thanks very much. Coming up next on Insights, we're joined by the mayor of Ishpeming to hear about some of the city's latest updates. Jason Chapman joins us in 2 minutes.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Donald Trump makes a lot of promises, but we can be sure of one thing. If he wins, he'll ignore all checks that rein in a president's power. It's all in Trump's Project 2025 agenda. What does that mean for you? Higher cost on groceries, cuts to Social Security and Medicare, more tax breaks for billionaires, and a national abortion ban putting women's health at risk. A second Trump term, more unhinged, unstable, and unchecked.
Hey there! CBS Thursdays are my favorite. Unexpected, exciting, and with 4 must-watch shows. First up, it's Georgie and Mandy's first marriage.
Welcome to the Cooper residence.
Then there's Ghosts. A house full of spirits sounds scary, but they make it look fun. Boom! Ooh, and Matlock. She's the kind of lawyer I'd want. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And then there's Elsbeth. That's me. This is so exciting. CBS Thursdays. Gosh, that's good TV. It all starts tonight at 8, 7 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Well, that was interesting.
You know, every family has that weird, crazy uncle. Apparently for the UP, it's our own Carl Bonak.
You hear him say vaccines are the same thing as Nazi experiments?
Or how he thinks that climate change is just all a big hoax.
Well, Carl has been spreading those stolen election lies for a while now.
Why was he trying to get you to take horse dewormer?
We definitely shouldn't send Carl to Lansing.
Carl's conspiracies can't help UP families.
Enjoy spectacular savings all month long at Richardson Jewelers downtown Marquette. Come to the store to get your spooky scratch-off tickets with instant savings between 20 to 40% off. Every case and shelf is full for my trip to the largest jewelry show in the world. October is the perfect month to say boo to your boo with the gift of gold and diamonds with spectacular savings exclusively at Richardson Jewelers downtown Marquette.
Richardson Jewelers.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time to get some updates on the city of Ishpeming, and joining us is the mayor himself, Jason Chapman. Jason, thanks as always for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I understand you wanted to start off with just talking about the employees that you have and the great work they're doing.
You know, over these last 4 to 5 years, I've gotten to know so many of our employees. I see the hard work that they do day in and day out. And they do work hard. Mm-hmm. They are putting in often more hours than they're required to work, and they are truly dedicated to serving all of the citizens of Ishpeming. Many of them live in Ishpeming, but the one thing they have in common is they all love the city of Ishpeming, and they take a lot of pride in their work to serve members of the community. So for me, it's a big thank you. I get to see how hard they work on a daily and weekly basis, mm-hmm. and you know, they are truly the unsung heroes of our community. So I just wanted to take the opportunity to say thank you to each and every one of them. Without them, my work would be impossible, but they're the ones who make it smooth.
Yeah, and I expect that this is probably some of the busiest times for them happening right now.
That's exactly it. You know, we have the budget, we have election season, we have prep for winter, we have park stuff that's getting closed up. You know, this is probably one of the busiest times of the year, other than when winter is here and everybody is out snow plowing at DPW. But our library numbers were fantastic this mm-hmm. year. I can't even believe they could have improved on what they did from last year, mm-hmm. But they sure did. And I'm just so proud of each and everybody that works for the city of Ishpeming.
For sure, and I understand there's going to be some extended hours for the clerk's office as well.
Yes, so on Saturday, November 2nd, the clerk's office is going to be open from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. for early in-person voting and voter registration, as well as other questions. Mm-hmm. Kathy Smith, our city clerk, will be there. She has done an amazing job with balancing everything with this election and being our interim assistant city manager. So yeah, if you would like to vote in person at City Hall, you can do that. Otherwise, there is a 9-day period of early in-person voting, and we are sharing that with a bunch of other communities, and that's at the Negaunee Township Hall.
Gotcha. Is there anything the voters should know before they head over there for early voting if they choose?
Just get out there and vote. Mm-hmm. You know, voting is our most important civic responsibility as Americans. And so I just say, go out and vote. It doesn't matter who you vote for, but go out there and vote and let your voice be heard.
Sure, and talking about some more of your employees, we have the fall leaves cleanup. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah,
too?
so we have a fall leaf collection. That is on Tuesday, October 29th, and Tuesday, November 5th. Those must be out at the curb in compostable bags. And one of the nice things we do is we do this every year in the fall, but we don't have a spring one as of now. We haven't in the past for a long time, so take advantage of this. And then don't forget, get out there and trick or treat from 4 to 7 on Halloween. You know, there's so many great places to trick or treat in Ishpeming, and it's fun to see all the kids wandering around in their unique costumes. They've gotten so much more intricate since I was out there trick-or-treating.
For sure. I've been asking some of our guests lately, what are they going to be for Halloween? Anything you can tell us if you're going to be anything there, Jason?
Early in bed probably is what I'll be on Halloween, but no, I don't have any plans.
All right, gotcha, Jason. Thanks so much for coming in. Always appreciate you.
Yep, thanks for having me once again.
Mike, as you look at sports, when we come back, he introduces us to the athletes set to enter the Lake Superior State University Hall of Fame this weekend. That's up after this.
A flood of illegals, skyrocketing prices, global chaos, and Kamala wouldn't change a thing.
Would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
Nothing will change with Kamala. More weakness, more war, more welfare for illegals, and even more taxes. Only President Trump cut middle-class taxes, and only President Trump will do it again.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
25 years of fun, and you're invited. It's the silver anniversary of the Downtown Marquette Farmers Market. Come celebrate with us every Saturday morning at the Marquette Commons. From 9 to 1, you'll find a wide variety of local foods, produce, art, and so much more. Plus, the Wednesday night farmers market on the 100 block of West Washington Street is back from 5 to 8. For more information, visit mqtfarmersmarket.com. The Farmers Market is presented by the Marquette TDA and sponsored by Flagstar Bank and WZMQ 19.
When I was 5, I began getting sexually abused by my stepfather, and he got me pregnant when I was 12. "64,000 pregnancies from rape have occurred in states with total abortion bans. And Trump did this. Women and girls need to have choices. With Kamala Harris, we do."
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
In Michigan, we know what a functioning border looks like. But no one's proud of what's happening at our southern border, and everyone in Washington's to blame. I'm Melissa Slotkin. I've spent my life protecting the homeland. That's why I've introduced more border security legislation than any congressman from Michigan, including a new law giving the Border Patrol more resources to crack down on cartels, because it's their fentanyl poisoning our communities. I approve this message because every country deserves to know who and what is coming across its borders.
Good evening, everyone. New NMU hockey head coach Dave Shyak looks for his first win in his Wildcat coaching career this weekend at home against Alaska Anchorage. NMU dropped a pair of games at 12th-ranked Colorado College last weekend, 4-3 in overtime and 6-1. Shyak says his team played well most of the time against the Tigers.
4.5 periods out of 6 on the road against that team I'll take. We've talked about taking steps forward and building blocks. And we're going to use the positives out of that series to help prepare for our games this weekend against Anchorage. They get after you physically. They really put a lot of pressure on the puck in their forecheck. So we're going to have to make some plays under pressure. And hopefully if we do that, it leads to us creating a little bit more offense at the other end.
Face-off tomorrow is 7:07 p.m. Saturday is 6:07 p.m. Michigan Tech is idle this weekend. Lake Superior State hosts Stonehill College. Stonehill is located in Easton, Massachusetts, about halfway between Boston and Providence, Rhode Island. Lake Superior State will enshrine 3 athletes into its Sports Hall of Fame Saturday. Tickets are $15 apiece. Detroit native and hockey player Keith Aldridge played for the Lakers in the mid-1990s, scoring 37 goals with 102 assists. He played minor league hockey for 7 seasons and 4 others in Europe. Basketball player Chris Nance of Newberry contributed immediately as a freshman and was a 4-year varsity letter winner and earned All-American honors. She is still in the top 10 in career scoring for the Lakers. Nance is already in the UP Sports Hall of Fame. And basketball player Eric Menk of Charlotte in the Lower Peninsula was the GLIAC Tournament Most Valuable Player in 1996. He scored 1,800 points with the Lakers. He played basketball in the Philippines Basketball Association for 18 years, helping his team to 4 PBA championships and earning Finals MVP honors 3 times. Tickets can be purchased through the Lake State Alumni Relations. Taking a look at the UP High School volleyball polls for this week. Dark. Well, we'll do it the hard way then. I'll just do it the old radio way. There they are. Calumet is number 1 in the large school poll with all 5 first-place votes and 25 points. Kingsford remains 2nd. Escanaba 3rd. Marquette is 4th, and Negaunee is 5th. Jeffers and West Iron County also picked up a vote. In the Division 4 rankings, Forest Park stays number 1 with all the first-place votes. Hancock is next, then it's St. Ignace, Ewan, Chalk Creek, and Lakeland and Hubble. Wakefield, Marinisco, and Newberry also picked up votes this week. The Green Bay Packers wrap up a 2-game homestand Sunday against the Houston Texans. The Packers are 4-2 in the tough NFC North. The Texans are 5-1 in the relatively weak AFC South. Green Bay Packers head coach Matt LaFleur says Houston quarterback C.J. Stroud is the real deal for a second-year player.
I think he's super talented, and obviously he's got the ability where the moment's not too big for him. Got some good weapons around him. They do a good job in protection. I think Bobby Slowick does a great job with their scheme and being able to attack people and get guys in advantageous positions. So I think it's just a collective. It's the collective, but ultimately he's got the toughest job of them all in terms of going out there and playing that position, and he's been playing at a high level. It's been pretty impressive to watch.
You can see the Texans and Packers contest right here in WZMQ 19 Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern, noon Central Time. The Lions visit Minnesota Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern on another channel. And speaking of the Packers, former Green Bay quarterback Don Majkowski will be in Iron Mountain Saturday giving autographs at Connery Sports on Stevenson Avenue. It will be from noon to 3 p.m. Central Time. Autographs will be $30 each. I know you'll be running right over there, Kevin.
Yeah, we'll see, Mike. All right, thanks for that look at sports, and we'll have your final look at weather after the break.
You already know Jen Hill voted with Democrats 99% of the time. But did you know Hill was the deciding vote to raid the teachers' pension fund? Worse, Hill voted to cut school safety and mental health funding 92%. Lansing liberal Jen Hill, putting politics over Peninsula. The better choice?
Carl Bonak. Carl Bonak has a plan to fight inflation, reduce our cost of living, and keep our schools safe and fully funded. Carl Bonak, putting Peninsula over politics.
Why do I care about papers so much? Because my life and career were built on them. Auditions, headshots, box line. I mean, the least I can do is keep it around. See? She gets it. Ethan, empty, flatten, then recycle. I'm a papertarian. Sue me. And you can recycle those papers too. Let's go, Gary. Okay. What? You don't get fan mail?
When I was 5, I began getting sexually abused by my stepfather, and he got me pregnant when I was 12. "64,000 pregnancies from rape have occurred in states with total abortion bans. And Trump did this. Women and girls need to have choices. With Kamala Harris, we do."
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
She's fair.
Untrue, Your Honor.
What, you're going to have your turn.
She's inquisitive.
What in the world led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
She's very frank.
You should never start anything you're not prepared to finish.
Compassionate.
I see a family that still loves each other, and I'm glad to see it.
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
We have some pretty decent weather heading our way for the balance of tonight. Clear skies, a good southwesterly wind will keep our temperatures up. Marquette lower to mid 40s, 4-year lows here. Even the inland spots should stay close to 40 degrees with that good breeze. And the rest of the forecast, pretty good. We'll have beautiful weather for tomorrow. Great way to end the week. Sunshine on Friday. Saturday cloudy. Can't rule out a few showers. Back to sunshine and warm on Sunday. Kevin?
Tom, thank you, and I'm certainly not keeping my windows open much longer. All right, we'll see you all later tonight.